Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, June 21st, and it's Tommy, in case you're wondering, from Queers and Soaps. And I'm just trying out something new. We all have our morning routines, and part of mine is I kind of get a nice big cup of coffee. And because I'm up so early, I usually watch a soap opera. Not necessarily current soap opera, usually a classic soap opera. Some mornings I'll listen to a podcast, and then there's just those mornings where you don't want to hear or see anything, so I just kind of sit there in silence. But today's a good day, so I will be watching one of my soaps while I sip on my coffee, because this is my first cup, which is actually the size of 2 cups. Um, wow, it's really interesting to have the spotlight on you so early in the morning. But this is actually my first sip. It's very hot. Oh, Greg's in the chat. Good morning, honey. So yeah, since looks like Greg's the only one here at the moment, if you're watching this after the fact, let me know what your morning routines are in the comments. Um, so lately I've been back on my classic bold binge, as I like to call it. I've been doing that on and off for about a year and a half, and YouTube's been posting their official YouTube has been posting episodes since it started in 1987. And I'm at the tail end of 1989, so I'm wrapping up the 80s, which is very exciting. I'm like slowly getting to the more well-known characters. So 1989, I got to finally meet Sally Spectra and her daughter Macy, which I didn't know was her daughter. I've always heard about these characters because they were popular. But yeah, so Sally's a hoot. I knew I would love her. I know I have a lot more coming. Like Taylor hasn't come on yet. Eventually, Sheila Carter will finally come on, and I'll get to see her first run going batshit crazy. But yeah, Bold is an easy one to watch in the morning because it's 20 minutes, and you can usually squeeze out 3 episodes in an hour. So it's like candy, as I like to say. um, but yeah, sometimes I'll switch it up because, I'll go hard on one show and I get tired of certain characters and stories and I just want to see something new. Well, not necessarily new, but different. I've also been doing an on and off Falcon Crest binge for the first time. That became available on streaming on IMDb TV, which I believe is now called Freevee. So if you haven't checked that out, do it because I'm in season 6 and I'm loving Falcon Crest. I usually watch that at night because it feels like, the prime time soap, should watch it at night. But if I'm really into it, sometimes I'll squeeze out an episode in the morning before work. Uh, but yeah, so as of right now, tail end of 1989 on Bold, I'm in around episode 665, I believe. It's a lot. um, I'm loving seeing Lauren Koslow, who I know as Kate from Days, grew up watching her as Kate. Love, love, love that woman. Met her in person, sweetest woman ever. So it's fun seeing her play Margot. I just every time she comes on screen, I just like pay extra attention because I just love Lauren Koslow. Um, we had our first big fashion show on location. They did one on a cruise ship called the Queen Mary along with Spectra Fashions. That was a lot of fun, and I miss when shows had a budget that they could do stuff like that. What a time to be alive. And they actually had music that they had to pay like music rights for. That was great. So it was like music that was popular. What else is going on? Oh, so about 200 episodes ago, there was a girl pretending to be Angela Forrester, who was the presumed dead daughter of Eric and Stephanie. Stephanie knew she was alive, but she thought it was her basically brain dead daughter that she kept with a doctor, taking care of her for the last, I guess, I don't know, 20, 30 years. Turns out that the actual Angela died, and this was a woman pretending to be her. And they ended up blackmailing Stephanie once she found that out for, I don't know, a lot of money. Maybe $1 million, maybe close to $1 million. But there was a car accident, and they flew off a cliff, and the car exploded. And because the car exploded, I just thought, okay, well, that's that. They're dead. Well, this girl is back, and she's severely burned, and she's out for revenge on the Forresters, specifically Stephanie, but the Forresters. So around the time this happened, maybe before, it was close. Thorne found out that Ridge played a stupid prank where he was a little bit drunk, and so was Caroline, and he slipped in the bed because he thought it would be funny for his brother to see him in bed with his brother's wife. And because Caroline was drunk, she just started kissing him, and she claims to have thought Ridge was Thorne, and they slept together. Ridge overheard Stephanie talking about this because, not Ridge, I'm sorry, Thorne overheard Stephanie talking about this with Eric because, Ridge confides everything in Stephanie. And he went on a drinking binge after he had already taken a sleeping pill. And he ended up taking his mother's gun and shooting his brother in the head. But he doesn't remember this. So now pretty much everybody in the family knows about this except for Thorne. And they're trying to keep him from finding out. Meanwhile, we got to recast Thorne. I didn't know how I felt about him at first, but he's growing on me. I love the original so much. And I know eventually we're going to get a recast Kristen, but I really love the original so far. So we'll see how that plays out. So Thorne has offered to have a plastic surgeon redo this woman's face, the one that got badly burned, because she claims to have been a patient at the hospital that the Forresters are on the board of and donate a lot of money to. And she says she's so thankful to them. But she knows the secret about Thorne because Stephanie, thinking that her daughter was brain dead, talked about this with her just to get it off her chest, so she felt like she was venting about something. So she plans on announcing this to the world and destroying the Forrester family. But since she's met Ridge and he's offered to have these surgeries done, she's kind of taking a liking to him. And I think maybe her plan might be shifting. I don't know. It's all very interesting. It's like, I just can't stop watching. So good. Just what a different show than what airs now. I mean, not to hate on what airs now, but it's different. And the one that airs now, it has its ups and downs. Every show has ups and downs. It's like life, peaks and valleys. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. So I'm just gonna have my coffee. Thank you for tuning in for my first cup. I'm gonna go watch some Bolds. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. And don't forget to check out Queers and Soaps tonight. We're gonna be talking about Bold, actually. We're going to be talking about Maya Avon's transgender reveal storyline that aired in 2015. We watched, I think, maybe the first 3 or 4 weeks of clips of that storyline. So yeah, check us out. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Central Time. Live right here on YouTube and Twitter, and I believe Facebook if you use Facebook to watch us. And yeah, thanks for joining me for my first cut. Bye, guys.